Hi everyone, Sarasvati here. My mission is to help you find inner peace, inner ease, inner sparkle in your life and find the way of living that every day. And one of the ways we can work towards that is to do a yoga off the mat contemplation. So I'm giving the contemplation cards a shuffle, spreading them out. And today's card, surrender, doesn't mean no discipline or no passion. So many spiritual teachers talk about the practice of surrender, and certainly that's part of the practice that we do in yoga. And it doesn't mean surrender being weak. It means finding a way of being okay in the moment. And it doesn't mean there's no discipline. It doesn't mean there's no passion. Just because we can accept this moment now doesn't mean that we can't do anything to change or to move towards different outcomes in the future. And I think that's important because we don't want to just get the feeling, well, it is what it is and there's nothing I can do. They're two separate things. Yes, it is what it is, a very cliched saying. However, I have students that have told me that just that has changed their life because they recognize that they don't have to fight against something and that the idea in their head is only ever an idea in your head and not the reality of the moment. So the practice of surrender is a fabulous practice. Books have been written about it. You may know, I'm trying to think of, there's one called The Surrender Experiment. I'm trying to think of the person who wrote it just off the top of my head. Obviously, I don't prepare these little chats because I pick a card randomly. But Michael, someone. Anyway, the point is that all different lineages will suggest that being okay with the moment now is going to be really, really helpful because you're not fighting the moment now, and the moment now is what it is. So that's the practice of surrender. But that doesn't mean that we can't use our agency, our personal agency that we have to make changes, to do what it is that we have to do, to readjust the sail on the boat, to continue to work towards whatever it is that we want to work towards. So surrendering doesn't mean not having any discipline about our life or not having any passion about our life either. Passions are individual, and it's okay for you to have the things that you're passionate about, but also recognize that it's okay. In fact, the best way to be is to find a way to be okay with what is. So that's today's contemplation. It sounds simple, surrendering to what is, but that doesn't mean no discipline or no passion. But maybe you can give me some examples. I mean, today's a day of fire risk in some parts of Victoria, and so maybe you have to make plans that are different to the plans that you had initially. That's, a simple example of surrendering to what is. There's all sorts of examples, but that doesn't then also mean that there's not work to do towards, your goal. Maybe you have a goal of writing a book, for example. And maybe you planned on doing those, a couple of hours of writing at a certain time of day. And that didn't happen because you had to, do some bushfire preparation or whatever. But, I don't mean that lightly, by the way. That's just a current example. But it doesn't mean that you can't then find another chunk of time or still keep it in your mind as a priority to write down some words for your book or record it into your phone while you're doing, if that's helpful to you. So surrendering to what is, on the one hand, but also using our personal agency to move in the ways that we want to move, with discipline, with passion, to still live our life. I hope that makes sense. I'd love it if you wanted to share any examples, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.